Hey makeup friends, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, then hello and welcome. My name is Kara, and today I'm going to be sharing with you the items that I bought during the recent Sephora savings event. I do have them all here in this container. There are some that we're going to breeze through really quickly, but then for the rest, I thought we would actually apply them so that you can see them in action. Heads up, there are a lot of lip products, so we'll do some lip swatches. Some of these are actually designed as stains, so we'll have to get a little bit creative in that sense that you can see the true color without staining underneath them, but we will get to them momentarily. First of all, let's just breeze through nail polishes. So I had picked up a set from Nails Inc. I can't remember what it was called. I think it was called like the fluorescent set or the neon set or something like that, but it came with these 4 shades here. So we've got a bright pink, a bright like magenta purple, a yellow, and an orange. I really do like the Nails Inc. formula because I find even just one coat is often enough. It stands to have 2, but you can get away with 1. We'll put it that way. Of course, I'm not wearing it today because I wasn't that smart. I just have press-ons today, but I would like feedback from you guys. What are your like ride or die bulletproof base coats and top coats? I've been using this one here from Revlon, but I'm finding that it's not holding the nail polish onto my nails very well. And after a day or two, it just kind of like peels right off my nails, especially now that I'm back into training for triathlon season. I'm doing a lot more swimming. The chlorine just like chews through basically everything. So recommendations on like A+ top coats and base coats, I would really appreciate that. I did also buy 2 other nail polishes. Again, they came in a set, again, from Nails Inc. And these ones came with like a couple little stickers here, sheets of butterfly stickers. Love these shades for spring. You might have seen the little butterfly peeking out in my most recent My Week in Makeup video. I had done most of my nails in blue and then did like an accent nail in yellow and put a little butterfly on there. I'm not really one for nail art, but I can handle stickers. That is the level of skill at which I cap out. So at any rate, those are the nail polishes that I picked up. I also ordered one brush. This one is from Rare Beauty and this is their blush brush. I haven't used it yet, but I'm feeling good about it. I'm pretty optimistic about this one, especially for use with their soft pinch liquid blushes, because those, a little goes a very long way. And so what I like about this, first of all, I like the shape of it, that it's sort of cut on a bit of a bias, so you get a lot of like nice control for a cream product, but it also has like dual fibers here, so I feel like it's not going to really pack the pigment on. I should have used it before filming this video, but anyways, here we are. I do have a couple other brushes from Rare Beauty. I have 2 of the concealer brushes and the foundation brush as well. I really hemmed and hawed. I really was tempted to pick up another foundation brush just to have 2 of them because I like them so much. But ultimately I decided I could just not be lazy and just brush this one, or wash it more often. And so I spared myself the expense of buying a new brush. But all that to say, I really do like the Rare Beauty brushes. I keep wanting to say blushes. I like them too, but brushes. So I have good hopes for this one. Actually, while I think about it, I bought a blush. So although this is more designed for a liquid blush, let's use it on a powder and see how we get on with it. So I did succumb to my temptation and I picked up one of the blushes from Haus Labs. This is in the shade Watermelon Bliss. Straight up red. Straight up red. I'm a little nervous, but let's just throw it on my cheeks right now and let's just see what happens. I haven't used anything from this line before, so I'm not familiar. I don't know if it's going to be super pigmented or if it's going to be really buildable. I will say I like the packaging on it. I mean, it's going to show fingerprints, but like, who cares at the end of the day? I don't need the packaging to be pristine. I also really like that the shade of the blush itself is represented in the name sticker on the back. It also comes with a mirror in case that's important to you. But let's just tap very lightly into that first. So I just kind of did a couple little pats there. And that was all that was needed, that is for sure. I don't know what it is. I love a red blush. Like I really, really do. I think because it looks so natural. Like even though it is obviously, even at this, it's intense. It looks like the color that I do flush to. If I've exerted myself or if it's like really cold outside, that is a very natural looking color on me. I like how it's blending out. I like how soft this brush is, so I'm very happy about that. I have no doubt that I could build this pigmentation up. I'm not going to because I think this is absolutely sufficient, but I'm definitely going to get use out of this blush. That is really pretty. And that's kind of because it looks so natural to what my skin normally flushes to. I can also wear it with like any makeup look. You know, like I really do enjoy like the lilac blushes and certainly peach blushes. That is like my wheelhouse. But they don't always jive with other makeup looks. Like your eyeshadow and your blush can start to compete when you have more unnatural looking blushes. It's a little bit more heavily pigmented on this side, so we're gonna have to try to even that out a little bit. Because this could go from zero to clown really quickly. I have no doubt about that. But I will grab my foundation brush and just with whatever's left over on the bristles, just kind of stipple on top, and that will help tone that blush down. There, okay, well, so far, really liking both of those. Very pleased about that. Most of the other items, all of them I have tried. So these were the only two. This one just arrived yesterday. And then this one, I don't know why I wasn't using it. I think because I wanted to show it and I wanted it to be clean. So that's why. But the rest of them I have tried, so I have a little bit more thoughts on them, if you will. So why don't we move into eyes? I did pick up two eyeliners. So I picked up one from Urban Decay. I already have this one in the green shade Freak. This is the yellow called Mucho Mucho. And then I picked up a purple liner here from Makeup Forever. This is one of the Aqua Resist color inks in Matte Plum. This had actually been on my loves list for ages. I have wanted a purple liquid liner for a long time, and so the sale was a good opportunity to pick that up. Okay, I can't talk while I do liner unless I want to do really bad liner, but what I can say is both of these liners have like a felt tip applicator to them, so it's not an actual brush. The product is housed within the other part of the packaging. But I haven't had any issues with the bleeding or feathering, as I said earlier, which sometimes I find can happen when you're dipping into a liquid rather than having the liquid come through the brush, if that makes sense. Anyways, gonna go ahead, I'll do this eye, do the other one off camera, and then we'll move on from there. All right, here we go. Okay, we're going to completely ignore how awful that application was. That was not the liner's fault. That was me crumbling under the pressure of having a zoomed in camera on my eyeball while applying it. So let's just move on from there. I'm gonna go in with the Urban Decay one and just do, I don't know, a little bit of accent along the edge of the wing. Instantly, I regret doing the line on top. I should have just left it as one line, but what can you do? Yeah, it definitely would have looked better if I just left it like this. but now I feel like we're pretty committed. No, you know what? Where there's a will, there's a way. I think I can rectify this. All right, they're not completely even, but neither's my face, so it doesn't really matter. That's about as good as we're gonna get for today's video. And now I'm going to do mascara and we'll come back and swatch some lip products. All right, so I'm gonna keep you semi-zoomed in so you can see the application a little bit better, but I don't feel we need to be like right in my face. We're gonna talk about lip products now. I bought 8. To be fair, 5 of them were shades from products that I had tried previous and had loved, and then 3 of them were curiosity-based purchases. Most of these I'm very happy with. There is just 1, well, 2 that not really excited about, unfortunately. Those were 2 of the curiosity-based ones. So I do have to keep in mind that some of these stain, so we're gonna go basically lightest or least staining to most staining, and I'll give you my thoughts on them as we go. So starting off with this here, this one is from Ilia. This is in the shade Only You, and it is their Balmy Gloss Tinted Lip Oil. I did have this in a deluxe size sample a while ago, a couple months ago, and I had said in a previous video that I was going to pick up the full size, and I did. I just think it's a really comfortable lip product, and I think it's really pretty, fairly sheer, as you'll see. Nice little doe foot. No smell to it whatsoever. And it gives just enough color that there's like this hint of pink, but not so much that you have to worry about like applying on the fly. This is the kind of thing that you can just like throw in your purse. I could throw it on at a red light and not have to worry about like whether I'm going to be smudging all over the place. It is very nourishing on the lips, and that slippy feel does last for a fairly good amount of time. I'd say maybe an hour to 2 hours. With lip oils and like glossy balms, things of that sort, I don't buy them for their longevity because they just don't have it. That's not the nature of the product. But some are definitely better than others, and this ranks right up there for me. There's no tingling to it, there's no cooling sensation. It just coats the lips, makes them feel hydrated and nourished, and adds a little hint of color. Next, we're going to move over to a curiosity purchase. This one is from Makeup by Mario. This is in the shade Hot Pink, and it's one of the Moisture Glow Plumping Lip Colors. Now on the website, they said that this is a full coverage lip product, but then the shade description was stated to be a sheer hot pink. So I had no idea what to expect. So here we go. Here is what the color looks like when you bring it out of the packaging. And you'll see, as I apply it initially, it does kind of look like it's going to be on the fuller coverage side. And then once you kind of like smooth it over the lips, it's not so much with the full, anyway, just watch, you'll see. So there's a fair amount of color there, but if you look, well, I don't know that you'll be able to pick it up from here, but if I look up close, it's like pulling in the lines of my lips. So there's like little darker lines going through my lips. So I really would want to smooth it out, but when I do that, the color becomes quite sheer. It is still apparent, you can still see it on my lips. I'm not saying that it disappears entirely, but definitely this is not a full coverage. So if you're looking for a lip color that is going to look like this, look elsewhere, look for a different type of formulation. Having said that, I think it's a really pretty color, so I'm not overly upset about it. Certainly I don't want to buy any more from his line though, because I feel like, especially as we get through this, we saw the Ilia one, we're going to move on to Merit after this one, and then there is this. I have sheer in spades, like I'm good for sheer, so even though he's got quite a few colors in this lineup, I don't care enough to try them out to see if some are more full coverage than others. It's a nice product, but it's not really bringing anything special or unique to the table. I don't find that it sits as nicely on the lips as the Ilia does. This one I think stands to benefit from having a lip liner underneath it just to even everything out, because even though I have smoothed it, when I look up close in the mirror, I can still see like every little line of my lips where product has gathered, and it just makes it look like I have little lines on my lips. Again, from a reasonable distance, like between here and where you're viewing me from, you probably can't pick up on that, but I know it's there and I just not wild on it. I will use this product. I will wear this product. It's comfortable. It has a tiny bit of a cooling sensation, but nowhere near the buxom level. I can tolerate this, and I can't tolerate much when it comes to like tingle or cooling or anything on my lips. So that should tell you something. I'm glad I tried it. I don't necessarily recommend it. I'm not going to buy more, but I don't dislike it enough to return it. And we'll leave it at that and move on to Merit. So I have tried Merit lip oils in the past. They have a more full coverage line, and now they've come out with sheer colors. This one in specific is Maraschino. One thing to note, there is no scent to this. And in fact, I don't think there was any scent to the Makeup by Mario either. No, no scent to that either. Now I think this is the most sheer of the ones that I picked up. And this one is like, when I think lip oil, this is the texture that I think of. Very, very emollient, not very long wearing. But again, with a lip oil, that's what I expect. So I know that going into it. So I'm not disappointed by that. I'm just making a statement of fact. So there's maraschino on the lips. There is a bit of a color to it, but it is incredibly sheer. I also find that this one does not stain, so once this wears away in about 2 hours time, it's completely gone, and then you just retouch. But again, it's so easy, like it's idiot-proof retouching with this. You just throw it on and away you go. I don't find that I need to have like a mirror in front of me. If it was truly like this color and this opaque, I would absolutely want a mirror nearby, but it doesn't matter. If you get a little bit outside the lines, like you can't really tell because it is so sheer. So there is Merit on the lips, and that is the last of the really sheer ones. Next up, let's talk One Size. I have not tried anything else from One Size aside from maybe some free samples that I've received through previous Sephora orders, but I was curious about this one. You've got a double-ended product. You've got a liquid lipstick on this side, lip gloss on this. I couldn't see anything that specifically stated they were designed to be layered. I mean, I think you can layer them, but you know what I'm talking about, like those. Like Chanel has a bunch of them, Rimmel has some where they have like a liquid lipstick and then they have like a clear gloss, and if you just try to wear the liquid lipstick, it's like horrifically sticky. It needs to have the gloss on top of it. That's not my experience with this. You can wear them layered, or you can wear one or the other, and they're both comfortable on their own. I don't really like the color. I thought that I would, looking at it in the tube and looking at pictures online. It just, well, let's apply it and I'll show you. I just don't think that it works for me. It's not that it's a bad color, it just, I don't think it works for me. Before we talk about the liquid lipstick, I forgot to tell you what it's actually called. This is the Lip Snatcher in the shade Joelopus? I don't know. It'll be on the screen. Anyways, I just don't think it works. It's just not a color that I typically wear. It's, again, not a bad color, but there's just something not quite right about it. Just, maybe it's just like the yellow and the gold undertones in my skin just kind of contrast against it strangely. I think I would rather it either be like a little bit more leaning towards like a true pink or have a little bit more mauvey purple element to it. It's not quite as nude as I thought it was going to be just based on how it looks. I don't know. It's not the worst thing in the world. Like it really truly isn't. It's just not the color that I would have bought had I known exactly what it was going to look like. Anyways, we'll move on from there. The lipstick itself is very comfortable. It does dry down quite quickly. It is transfer proof. And again, it doesn't have that like super drying effect where like there's no stickiness to it. It's not making my lips feel like the lipstick is like shrinking on top of them and like squeezing them together. It's totally fine. So let's go in. I'm going to layer the lip gloss on top, then I'll take it all off and just show you the lip gloss on its own. So this is just called a cushion gloss, and the other side is a velvet flex cream. Very much a liquid lipstick. All right. So again, just a little doe foot. No real scent to it, just like a hint of a scent. I didn't check the liquid lipstick part of it. No, I'd basically say that there's no scent. There's like a hint of it with the gloss, but very, very faint. All right, so let's go ahead and layer this up. Now, I will be the first to admit, I do not layer lip gloss with liquid lipstick. I just find that it makes the liquid lipstick, like it removes that transfer proof finish to it, makes everything feel like it's just kind of sliding around, and I think it just like ruins the longevity of the liquid lipstick. But that's what it looks like if you did layer it. You could just put a little bit in the center of your lip for a little bit of a spotlight look, but for the purposes of showing you what it looks like, I just obviously put it everywhere. Anyways, you see it. I don't really have any strong thoughts on it. I would never layer them up. I bought it thinking, okay, now I've got a gloss and a liquid lipstick, although not wild on the liquid lipstick. I'll have to play around with it, to be honest. See if I can mix it with some other colors, try to manipulate it with a lip liner. I like the product enough and I like the gloss enough on its own that I'm going to keep it. I just need to find a way to make the liquid lipstick work for me. So now it's just going in with the lip gloss on its own. It kind of reminds me of the Gloss Bomb, like the Fenty Glow Gloss Bomb. This one's a little bit more pink than that one. But same kind of idea. It's got a little bit of micro glitter in it. Definitely a lip gloss, not an oil. It's got a little bit more substance to it. I think it's really pretty just on its own. So that is how I have been using this product mostly. Granted, I haven't had these items for a very long time, so mostly means like the one day that I wore it. But I do find that it's a very comfortable lip gloss. Again, not stringy, not sticky. It doesn't have any tingle to it, anything like that. So just a very pretty functional lip gloss. Here in Canada, our Sephoras carry MAC. They're on their website as well as in store, at least in the store near my house. And I picked up this one, again, based purely off of curiosity. I had taken my daughter into the Sephora store, and as we're wandering around, like my honing beacon found the orange lip product and was like, and add to my bag because orange. It's beautiful. Love orange lipsticks. So this is the Powder Kiss Liquid Lip Color in Resort Season. And it has a little bit of like an hourglass kind of doe foot to it. Very much a moussey formula and has more of like a blurred matte effect. But the color is gorgeous. I love it. And there it is applied. Now I have had the Powder Kiss bullet lipsticks in the past and I despised it because I hated the smell of it. It just smelled like a burning tire. Like it just, oh, it was awful. This one has no scent to it. Not even that like classic vanilla MAC scent. There's no scent to it. All right. Very, very comfortable liquid lipstick. I think, again, it would stand to have like a lip primer underneath or a little bit of a lip pencil, again, just to even things out. It does apply a little bit streaky at first. Once you kind of blot it together with your lips, it smooths out. I don't see the same like streaking that I did with the Makeup by Mario product. So this one has a little bit more substance to it and just kind of fills in the ridges and then evens itself out. Definitely not a transfer proof finish, but a bit more long wearing than a typical lipstick would be. And again, it just stays very, very comfortable on the lips. I really like these moussey kind of formulas. I just find they're a nice hybrid between almost like a gloss and a liquid lipstick. So you're getting sort of the best of both worlds. Not really to the extreme that either of those goes to individually, so you don't get the same longevity that you would with a true liquid lipstick. You don't get the same amount of hydration that you would with a true lip gloss, but you kind of marry them together and it's like a really nice happy medium. And I haven't made it clear enough, I love the color of this one. So very, very happy with this purchase. Picked up one traditional lipstick bullet, although albeit it is a thin, small, precise bullet. This one is from LYS, one of their Speak Love lipsticks. I do have the shade Sincere already, and this one is Optimistic. I really like the shape of these because it's just so easy to apply. You get a lot of good precision, and because the bullet, like the packaging itself is slanted, you always keep that same angle. So I just find that it makes it really easy for application. So these are characterized as being a matte lipstick. I would put the qualifier demi in front of that. So these are more like a demi matte. They are definitely not as shiny as, say, a cream lipstick or a satin finish lipstick would be, but they're not like a true dead matte, if you will, like a true, there's no reflection whatsoever. There is a little bit of a shine. As it dries down and as you wear it, it will sort of, that shine will dissipate a bit and it does become a bit more matte over time, but I don't find that it's ever like a dull matte, if you will. Not that there's anything necessarily wrong with that, but if that's what you're looking for, this is not the product that's going to deliver on that. They are very comfortable, very smooth, very creamy to apply, very pigmented. As you saw, I can just do sort of a one swipe deal. I don't have to go in with multiple layers to build it up. There's no streakiness, this doesn't feather, it doesn't like bleed up into the lip line. I just find that they're very, very comfortable, fairly long wearing as well. I would say maybe 3 hours depending on what you're doing. If you're drinking a lot, it is going to transfer off, but it also wears away really evenly, so you're not left with just a ring of color around your lips. I really like these. If they had other colors that I don't already have in spades in my collection, I would be interested in picking up more of them because I just like everything about this lipstick, but I'm good with the 2 shades that I have. Last, but certainly not least, I picked up 2 shades of the lip oil from Rare Beauty. I had already bought one of the shades previously, and I knew how much I enjoyed it, and I knew I wanted to get multiple shades. In looking at the shade range, I tried to sort of cover the entire spectrum of what they offered, so I not only have the lightest one already, but I picked up one that is more of like a nude, neutral brown kind of tone, and then the deepest one that they offered as well. So that I've kind of got lightest, deepest, and something in the middle. Basically, I'm doing that to avoid buying all of them because I want all of them, but I do not need all of them. So this is my compromise with myself. This one though, in the shade Honesty, I have to hide because my daughter keeps stealing it. She loves it so much. I think they have just restocked. Of course, now that the sale is over, they've restocked the shades, but her birthday is coming up. So I just might pick one of these up for her birthday because she loves it, but so do I. So I keep hiding it. Anyways, these stain quite significantly. So this one is the one that I already had, which is the shade Hope. I did talk about that in a rapid review video I did fairly recently, and I showed just how significantly even that light color stains. So for the purposes of showing you these 2 in action, I don't want to apply one and then remove it and apply the other because even this lighter shade is going to stain. I am going to do half and then half, and I'll look insane, and that's totally fine. So we're going to go in first with the shade Honesty. It's your classic brown nude. And then I'll go in with the shade Affection, which is this deeper plum tone. So the product itself is called a lip oil. I would argue that it's more like an oily lip stain because that oily feel, that slippiness to it dissipates fairly quickly. Like within an hour, that feeling is gone, but the color does remain. Not as intense as what you're seeing right now, but there is definitely a staining effect to it, which I frankly love. I don't, especially when I'm at court or where I'm having meetings with clients that are going to be going on for an extended period of time, I don't want to be worried about my lipstick sliding around. I don't want to worry about it fading from the middle and then I just have the ring of shame around the outside of my mouth. I don't want to think about my lipstick when I'm worrying about things that actually matter. Having something like this where it wears away gradually and leaves a nice stain behind, it just fits the bill perfectly. The product itself, again, no stinging. There is a little bit of a cooling sensation to it, but nothing that bothers me. Doesn't bother my 10-year-old daughter, almost 11-year-old daughter either. Again, I'm very sensitive to that kind of thing. I cannot stand any sort of like mentholated feeling in my lip products. I just hate it. This doesn't bother me at all. So to show the staining, I'm just going to take a cotton pad here and just blot the lips and just take away all that oily feeling. So there you go. You can see the amount of stain that's left behind. Again, I think the term lip oil is a little misleading with this product because it is very much a lip stain. It's neither here nor there, but again, I'm just giving you the information. I just realized that both of these died while I was filming. Yeah, the lips definitely need new batteries, and Penelope, the pineapple, I am going to start like a GoFundMe page. I can see her trying to change colors back there, but like this bitch, she goes through batteries like it's her job, but she's cute, so we love her and we keep her. Oh, there she goes. She's changing. She's trying. I mean, she's dedicated to the cause. Anyways, it's neither here nor there because we're at the end of the video. Those are the items that I bought during the recent Sephora sale. I would love to hear from you in the comments if you purchased anything or if you abstained, and if so, congratulations to you. I tried to keep myself under control. I certainly bought more than I needed, and I certainly bought a lot, but I did come at it from a very mindful perspective. I only bought things that I was very curious about or that had been on my loves list for a very long time, and items that I already knew I loved and just wanted new shades of. So I'm feeling pretty good about that, and I think it's reflective in the fact that only 2 items just aren't really making me super excited. I don't hate them, I don't dislike them, they're just not what I had hoped for. That's the nature of buying stuff online. At any rate, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment. All of that engagement does help because I don't help myself. I don't have a regular posting schedule and my content is rather sporadic. So every little thumbs up that you give certainly helps me out and rescues me from myself. So thank you. Anyways, I will see you in my next video, and until then, just be a decent human being. Bye for now. Also, I still can't smile properly because of Botox. I am so self-conscious about this. It's unreal.